Hey everyone, Kyle once again. Welcome back to another video, and another time of year where I honor the names of all the good actors and actresses who have passed away this year. Another, another. Uh, is this year has been test film. This year has not only for films that I was. Although the films I enjoy this year, but a lot of bad films that came out this year, and honestly, 2017 basically sucked, and let alone we got a whole bunch of great actors that passed away unexpectedly this year. I know that's how life is, though, but I've said it over and over. So, but yeah, it's all just a very sad and all when we actors we've enjoyed. So, just going through this, I'm trying not to take much time though, but I've wherever I did videos for these, so you can check back on those. I'm not I've already think I've already in my videos have said what they passed away from what cause when they passed away, but I'm not gonna get too much into it because I've already explained on when I did videos of those. So yeah, the first well-known actor that I know that passed away, Miguel Ferrer, at on January 19th, at the age of 61. I like Miguel Ferrer as an actor, well known starring in which I reviewed earlier, not that long ago, in RoboCop. He's the guy. He's the guy who created RoboCop, and which he was not the good guy enough in the movie though. But he got his comeuppance in RoboCop and killed by Kurtwood Smith. And he also well known voicing as what was his name, the villain in Mulan, and he also had a role in was it the Knife Flyer, Stephen King's Knife Flyer, which was not that great of a movie though, but I like Miguel Ferrer. He was also in Deep Star 6. I like him in Deep Star 6. I felt sorry for his character though, but he had a very cringing death basically. But I like Miguel Ferrer as an actor, and it sucks. And he also had small roles like in Mr. Magoo. But yeah, it sucks that he was not no longer with us. But I like Miguel Ferrer as an actor, and he will be missed. Next is another actor from one of his famous roles from Alien, and that is John Hurt. Starring for films like The Elephant Man, and like I said, Alien. Playing Kane, the famous scene, the chest burster scene, and like he also came back as the same character in the parody of Spaceballs. And when it came out, I was just like, oh no, not again. And he had roles like in the two in Hellboy and Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. John Hurt, he was another good actor. I think he was also a stage actor as well. And at the age of 77 on January 25th. And like I said, I already did react to a video of that, so you get more details on it. So, but yeah, he'll be missed. Rest in peace, John Hurt. Going down the list. February 25th, one of my I would put he's not my top 10. He's not my top 5 favorite actors though, but he's definitely up there. And I enjoyed whether he had a small or big role, it was always good to see him, and that is Bill Paxton. I love Bill Paxton. Grew up watching him in films. My favorite film that he starred in that I grew up with though was Twister, but I loved him as Hudson in Aliens. Game over, man. And he was also just a frequent collaborator with director James Cameron. James Cameron was deeply sad when Bill Paxton passed away. You know, when he shared roles with collaborating with James Cameron. We had that small role. He played one of the punks in the first Terminator film, and like I said, Hudson in Aliens, and then had the supporting role in Titanic. He was in True Lies as well from James Cameron, with the guy who pisses himself. Um, he was in Tombstone. He was one of the one of the Herb brothers. Then the last film he did earlier this year, that was The Circle with Tom Hanks and Emma Watson. He played Emma Watson's father. That's definitely one of the ones that I from this year I missed the most. Definitely I would miss most. I love Bill Paxton. I love him as an actor, and also he was also in a Weird Science when he got turned into. He was the brother that got turned into a pile of crab. Please, Jamie back, man. It's a little bit Bill Paxton. He has such energy and charisma to him. He had just always a good presence to him. That's what I love about Bill Paxton. Whether he has even when he had a small role, he had just a good presence and charm to him. And I will miss Bill Paxton. He's definitely one of the actors that I miss from this year. This is at the age of 61 is so young. And also, he was also in Apollo 13 as well. I forgot to mention another memorable from him in Apollo 13. I love Bill Paxton. That's definitely one that that's when I first heard about it. But no way, Bill Paxton just that one still pains me. That's definitely one of the most memorable actors from this year that I just still pains me to this day. Rest in peace, Bill Paxton. I love you. You'll never be missed. I always enjoy the films that you watched, that you were in. Which is kind of funny though. With James Cameron, even though he was not on the best, I wonder why he didn't cast Bill Paxton in Avatar. I'm not the biggest fan of Avatar though, but I'm just saying that if one of the films he collaborated with James Cameron, I wonder why he didn't cast him in Avatar. I always wondered that though. Like I said, I'm not the biggest fan of Avatar though. I'm just wondering why he was not in that. I don't know why. Because since he was a collaborator with James Cameron, they were good buds in real life. So that's something that I always wondered, but oh well. But rest in peace, Bill Paxton. I was definitely one of my favorite He's definitely one of my favorite actors. He's not my top 5 though, but he's definitely up on the list. Definitely up on the list, and I will always remember the guy. And may he rest in peace. I love Bill Paxton. I'm still getting over that he died. You know, just let's say that's what I'm saying. You'll never know who's gonna unexpectedly pass away, no matter what. And that's one thing I'm always fearing for the next year. I wonder who's gonna be the next well-known actor that I enjoy who passed away. But we'll never know what curveball's gonna come at you. So Bill Paxton was definitely one of them. But I'll always love Bill Paxton. And definitely be sorely missed. Another actor who's been a veteran actor for decades. Don Rickles at the age on April 6th. At the age of 90. He's probably definitely one of the most famous, well-known voice roles is as Mr. Potato Head from the Toy Story films. But he's also in films like Casino and Kelly's Heroes. He's been in loads of stuff throughout the decades. That's another one when my dad told me Don Rickles passed away, and I was like, really? Mr. Potato Head himself? At the age of 90, it's another one that sucks. Don Rickles. So next, April 26th, director, and that another good director has passed away, and that's director Jonathan Demme, famously for directing the Oscar-winning movie Silence of the Lambs with Anthony Hopkins and Jodie Foster. He directed Philadelphia. What was another one? Rachel Getting Married and Married to the Mob, Melvin Howard. But his two famous films was Philadelphia and Silence of the Lambs. I enjoy Silence of the Lambs. It was a great film. Still my favorite role with Anthony Hopkins and Jodie Foster. They've all won their Oscars for Best Director, Best Actor and Actress. Definitely deserve the move. The film deserve. It's like actually considered one of the horror films to win an Oscar nominated. Well, this definitely it's not a horror film, but some people put it as that way. But it was good. It was well directed by Jonathan Demme, and Jonathan Demme at April 26th, at the age of 73. But he'll be missed. His film will live on though, like especially for Philadelphia and Silence of the Lambs. Next more going down the list. May 14th, another veteran actor is now passed, who I also enjoy as an actor, Powers Booth. Which he played a term. He always played like a good bad guy. I enjoy Powers Booth. Even though he played a good guy in the original Red Dawn, but as a bad guy, he played a good bad guy. He was a great bad guy in Van Damme's Sudden Death. And it's like, what kind of lunatic are you? The best kind. Powers Booth, he was a great bad guy in Sudden Death, and he was a great bad guy in Tombstone. Well, also with Bill Paxton, who also passed away. Rapid Fire with Brendan Lee. He was also in Fatality, Sin City. He also had a small role in The Avengers. He's one of the High Council people. But I enjoy Powers Booth, and this is another great veteran actor who's just now passed away at the age of 68. Has no, he was had terms of playing good bad guys and Rapid Fire and Sudden Death. I enjoy Powers Booth. Just the original Red Dawn sucks. Hey, rest in peace. I enjoy Powers Booth is another good actor. Always be missed. And next, definitely one of the well-known actors from back in the day, and that's not the James Bond, but one of the famous James Bonds, Roger Moore. Yep, James Bond. One of the James Bonds. Now Sean Connery was the other guy who played for one movie, but then Roger Moore came in after Sean Connery. Roger Moore. Well, I enjoy some of the ones that he played from James Bond. Like Moonraker, The Spy Who Loved Me, Octopussy, The Man with a Golden Gun, and besides him doing James Bond, he didn't do much after James Bond. Well, he was in the film The Quest, with Van Damme starred and directed, which I did review on, ranted on it though. And of course, one of the last ones they done was 2010. That was a voice role, Cats and Dogs: Revenge of Kitty Galore, which is parried up the ante of James Bond. Yeah, he voices one of the cats. He's even wearing a bow tie like James Bond. So that's still find that funny though. But yeah, Roger Moore. He's also in the Cannonball Run as well. That's another one even without starring James Bond. Yeah, at the age of 89 on May 23rd. But yeah, there's another way. A lot of people will always remember him as playing James Bond, of course, though. But another great veteran actor who's now passed on. But he'll always live on being as James Bond. But to me, my favorite always, like my dad, our favorite James Bond is Sean Connery. But it doesn't mean that Roger Moore was a good James Bond too. So. But me and my dad are always favorite James Bond will always be Sean Connery though. But Roger Moore, he's a good he's a good James Bond as well on his own terms. So next after Roger Moore. Yes. June 9th, Adam West, Batman himself, from the TV show. Yeah. When I first I heard about it during the summer, and just that's another thing. Now, I wasn't personally a big fan of the TV show from back in the day though, but I know a lot of people were, and I know Adam West. As I said before, he guest starred in one of the episodes of Goosebumps, Attack of the Mutant. He played the Galloping Gazelle, which is funny because playing Batman, he's playing a different superhero in this. So that's another one that I also remember him from when he guest starred on Goosebumps, the Galloping Gazelle in the episode Attack of the Mutant. But I do respect in retrospect, that back in the day when Batman was a popular show back in the day. I will still, like I said, I have not seen yet. Still have not seen the show yet. Still, but I've seen little bits about it though, but not all the way through though. But I do respect and respect how popular it was back in the day. How probably people nowadays say cheesy, with the whole bam, pow, and all the showing up when they get hit somebody or whatever, shows up the pow or kaboom or. That's how it was back in the day. So yeah, Adam West, I do, like I said, not only I think he also not only had voice roles as well, like his different other films. I forget though, as well as TV work as well. But he will be missed he died at the age of 88, man. But a lot of people fans of Batman will always remember him, and I do too. Because I remember, who doesn't know about Adam West? So yeah, may he rest in peace. Next. Another veteran actor, Martin Landau, who won his Oscar from starring Tim Burton's Ed Wood. Another veteran who's been in countless other films as well. And now, I didn't watch too many films with Martin Landau, but I remember he had a cameo role in Tim Burton's Sleepy Hollow at the beginning of the film. He was running in the cornfield, and next to the scarecrow with a pumpkin head, gets his head cut off. But I also liked him in Ed Wood, where he played Bela Lugosi. Shows his talent, in which won him the Oscar for that film. But he was also in North by Northwest and Cleopatra, and at the age he died on July 15th, at the age of 89. So yeah, another veteran actor has gone. Next, on July 16th, legendary horror director himself, George A. Romero. Yep, the godfather of all zombie films, or of all zombies, should say. From creating one of the classic horror films of all time, Night of the Living Dead. Now, I don't love, like I said before, I don't love the film, but I respect it for what it did, because without that film, we wouldn't have the zombie films of today. I don't love the film, that's why I respect it. My mom loves the film, my brother likes the film, but I personally, for me though, I like the 1990 remake with Tony Todd. But like I said, I still respect the original film, because without George A. Romero, with that film, we wouldn't have the zombie films of today. That's why I respect it. But I love the original Dawn of the Dead. It's my favorite zombie film. I enjoyed the Day of the Dead film. Even with the remakes of his films, like the Dawn of the Dead remake. I enjoy that remake. Day of the Dead, no. That's one of the worst remakes I've seen. That's an insult to me of George A. Romero. Yeah, I can be okay with the zombies running in Dawn of the Dead, but like when zombies are like all over the place with like a freaking Spider-Man, no. And vegetarian zombie as well. I don't know what happened with director Steve Miner who directed that, because he directed Lake Placid and House and Friday the 13th Part 2 and 3 and Halloween H2O. I don't know what he's thinking about that remake. That's an insult to George A. Romero. But yeah, George A. Romero. Then he did Land of the Dead, Diary of the Dead, which That one, Diary of the Dead, I did not like, and his last film, Survival of the Dead, which he had planned to do another Dead film, which before he passed though. But I think they're getting somebody else on to do that though. But other films he has directed besides the zombie films, The Crazies was alright. I think I prefer the remake more from 2010. Creepshow I enjoy. The Dark Half I have to rewatch again. Monkey Shines I like that one. That's another good film from George Romero. So he can do the show. He can do more than just direct zombie films. But at the age of 77, that sucks. And just the the Godfather of zombies is now gone. One of the most memorable horror directors of all time. I will remember, especially me and my brother watching the zombie films though. But me and my brother will always miss George Romero. Always love watching his films. But like I said, I'll always respect Night of the Living Dead. I don't love the movie, but like I said, I'll always respect it. Rest in peace, George Romero. Next is on the July 21st, John Hurd. At the age of 72, I think he died from a heart attack. I think everybody knows him from being as the dad from Home Alone, but it shows that he was more than just the dad from Home Alone. I liked him in Chuds, and I liked him in Cat People. Shows he was a much an actor more than just being the Home Alone dad. Yeah, I like him in Home Alone, but there's just more to him just being the Home Alone dad. Chuds, good horror movie. I like him in Cat People. The Cutter's Way. What are the other ones? Awakenings. He had a role in The Line of Fire, The Pelican Brief, Snake Eyes. Just more. It shows that he just more of his good talent. I would say he was. I would probably say he was he's an underrated actor. Not people talk much about it besides being in Home Alone. But take away Home Alone, what other people say about John Hurd? He's definitely an underrated actor. He showed more of his talent. I wish he had more. Maybe because he didn't get that much lead roles. He was mostly in supporting roles. Give him a chance to do more lead roles. Show more of his. So he can show more of his talent. And just. That's why I would say he's definitely an underrated actor. I don't know why he just didn't get much lead roles and stuff. And that sucks. Another one I remember, he was also in Sharknado. He died from a CGI shark. It's a waste of John Hurd. Yeah, he's definitely an underrated actor, and he will be sorely missed. Yeah, I like him in Home Alone, but he's just more. With films he has starred in, he's more than just the dad from Home Alone. But yeah. But John Hurd, may he rest in peace. Next, going down on the list, also before John Hurd, who died on July 21st, but on July 20th, singer Chester Bennington, singer in Linkin Park. At the age of 41, he hanged himself. I know that one though, so yeah. I don't know why no one deserves to hang themselves. Well, maybe because of depression and all that stuff. Because that's what Robin Williams died from, because he hanged himself because he was depressed. This guy did the same thing at the age of 41, at a young age. God. But as an actor, though, he had a role in Crank, though. But I also mostly remember him in Saw 3D, the 7th one. He was one of the victims of the traps in the car scene. He was the one that was glued to the seat, and he had to reach for the lever. I was like, oh, that's Chester Bennington from the band of Linkin Park. He was like, he's glued to the seat. He's trying to reach for the lever. That's him in Saw 3D. Yeah, he only had only been in 2 films, but as a singer though, I like Linkin Park. Probably people think though some of their songs appear almost all the credits during the Transformer films. But yeah, it's Chester Bennington. They say that suicide is the mortal sin. You'll go to hell for that. That's where he is with Robin Williams now. No one should commit suicide by hanging themselves. Nobody. So yeah, Chester Bennington. What was it? Chester Bennington. Sorry. May he rest in peace, though. But no one should never have to hang themselves. You know, for a lot of people like Lincoln Park, and others just. Oh well. Yeah, it sucks anyway. And then August 8th is another singer who died at the age of 81. Glenn Campbell. Another good singer from back in the day. Which I said before, his song "Southern Nights" appeared in the soundtrack in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, the scene where Rocket City lays all his traps in the woods for the Ravengers. Southern Nights, have you ever seen a Southern Nights? Yeah, I know my dad knows him from back in the day, so quick just at the age of 81. As a starting in films, like he was in True Grit and Rockadoodle. So, yeah. On August 17th, another actor, which I know he passed away at that time, at the age of 76. Sonny Landham. He was in films like The Warriors and 48 Hours, but famously well known for playing Billy in Predator. I was like, really? The guy who played Billy in Predator, he passed away? Sonny Landham? God. Yeah, he was Billy in Predator. As I was saying, you never knew who was going to pass away. Even stuff who played in supporting roles, and even didn't do much of that in films. You know. Yeah, Sonny Landham at the age of 76. Man. Next on August 20th, comedic legend Jerry Lewis. I know my dad knows. I know how my dad back in the day, how funny he was. Just countless comedies and just Jerry Lewis. He was such a legend in comedy. At the age of 91, he lived for that many years. As the original Nutty Professor. And I also remember he had like a teensy role in It's a Mad World, where Captain Culpepper throws his hat out the window, and one of his cop friends tries to get it, and it's in the street. A guy who looks and runs the guy's hat over and goes, ooh! And Culpepper was like, "Get that fellow's number, get that fellow's number," and he's like cross-eyed like this. that was Jerry Lewis. Even in small roles like that was shows Jerry Lewis who was funny back in those days. You know, he is truly he was a comedic legend, and just now he's gone. But yeah. His comedy will always live on. Now, to me, for me personally, I know I didn't watch that much of Jerry Lewis myself though, but I know what a astounded he was back in the day in comedy though. I know that because my dad told me about stuff about Jerry Lewis. So yeah, even though I didn't watch that much though, I know how great he was back in the day in comedy. I know that. So rest in peace, Jerry Lewis. Next, August 28th. Another legendary horror director next to George. We lost George Romero, and now we lost Tobe Hooper this year at the age of 74, directing one of the most famously horror films of all time, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Then he directed Poltergeist. Yeah, whether you say it's Spielberg or Tobe Hooper, his name's credited on there, so it's Tobe Hooper. Poltergeist is a classic. Eaten Alive. The Mangler with Robert Englund, very underrated movie. I enjoyed and love The Mangler, Robert Englund. Love the text. Everyone say Texas Chainsaw Massacre will always be his best film. What was it? Life Force. That's another enjoyable film from Tobe Hooper. The Fun House. Invaders from Mars to watch again, but is the remake of the Toolbox Murders. I reviewed Crocodile, which I'm 50-50 on it, but I watched it a lot of times back in when it was being released, so good effects though. But character doesn't care for though. Besides the bad CGI for which is only a little bit though, but good crocodile effects by Greg Nicotero and can be. But Tobe Hooper, yeah, that's another punch in the gut for a director, you know. It was like back in the day we lost. I think it was in 2015. We lost Gunnar Hansen, I think, in 2015. But yeah, Tobe Hooper. I wish he would have got another chance to direct one last big budget film instead of these low budget ones, though. But Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, that's an underrated sequel as well. I love Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. And like I said, I mentioned, speaking of, I met Bill Moseley. I put that video of a picture of me meeting Bill Moseley. When I first met about him, when I met Bill Moseley, I was talking to him. I got his autograph of a picture of Chop Top and an action figure autographed by Bill Moseley. I was just talking to him, you know, about earlier this year about the death of Tobe Hooper, and he even said, "Yeah, it was very sad about what happened with Tobe Hooper." So yeah, Bill Moseley was this nice guy enough for me to talk to him about Tobe Hooper and all that, and he even acknowledged about the sad death of Tobe Hooper. And I enjoyed Bill Moseley in Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, and that's an underrated sequel from Tobe Hooper. Like I said, when we said he couldn't do much better in his own first film, so he decided to make a black comedy instead. It worked. I love Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, also with the late Dennis Hopper as well, one of my favorite actors. This sucks, man. Tobe Hooper, we're losing good directors now. I wish he would have got a chance to make one last big budgeted film like he did, you know, like back in the day. But oh well. Rest in peace, Tobe Hooper. I know there was I think this guy mentioned that what was that guy's name? The guy who played who died earlier this year. He was I forget his name. His name was is Japanese though, but it was the guy who did mostly do like for who wore the Godzilla suit for for the first few of the movies that Godzilla did, for the original, and forget his name. I just want to see if we get it right. Looking. Well, I forgot to mention May 9th, Michael Parks as well from Kill Bill. He was in the opening from Dusk Till Dawn as the sheriff, and of course he was in Tusk. Kevin Smith's Tusk is the guy who turns Justin Long into a walrus. I forgot to mention about Michael Parks. That's another. I know, even though I did not like Tusk, but I liked him in the opening and for Dusk Till Dawn though. But yeah, I forgot to mention about him. Michael Parks, may rest in peace. I mentioned was can't find him. Crap! I have to look on it here. Just give me 1 second here. All right. Yeah. I found it right here. Hiro Nakajima. I did a video of him earlier. Yeah, he was well known for. He died on August 7th, 2007, this year, at the age of 88, from pneumonia. Yeah, he's the guy who he famously wore the Godzilla suit from the original Godzilla all the way up to let's see here all the way up to Godzilla vs. Gigan from 1954 all the way up to 1972. So he portrayed Godzilla from Godzilla Guy versus Gigan, Godzilla versus Hedorah, Son of Godzilla, Destroy All Monsters. One of my favorites. Godzilla versus the Sea Monster, Godzilla versus Mothra, King Ghidorah, the three-headed monster, King Kong versus Godzilla, Mothra. He even portrayed Rodan in the movie Rodan as well. Yeah, Haru Nakajima. Yeah, they were the guy who portrayed, who was basically the original Godzilla, basically. Yeah, that's what I was said. I think he played Godzilla wonderfully. Like capturing the movements and working in the suit. There was even video footage of him wearing like a YouTube promo video, like back in the day, where he put on the Godzilla suit one last time. Even held while wearing the suit, he held a Godzilla action figure. Yeah, for the guy who plays the original played Godzilla for almost 20 years. He did a great job working inside the suit. Loved Godzilla growing up, and he did such a great job moving it, portraying Godzilla in the suit. He always remember that. So it's a great shame. So yeah, Hiro Nakajima, may he rest in peace. Next, September 15th, Harry Dean Stanton, another basically the third actor from the Alien franchise. First we lost John Hurt, then we lost Bill Paxton, and now we lost Harry Dean Stanton from Alien. You know, when he famously, you know, when he was looking for the cat, and then the aliens, xenomorphs took him up. And then he portrayed he had a small supporting role in The Green Mile, and he was also in Stephen King's John Carpenter's Christine. He was also in Escape from New York, and he even had a cameo appearance in The Avengers as a security guard who looked at a banner when he fell from the sky. And he even has a small role in The Last Stand, where he was a farmer that got killed. But Harry Dean Stanton, at September 15th, he died at the age of 91. Yeah, that's another veteran actor I do miss, Harry Dean Stanton. He had a voice role as well as in Rango as well. Yeah, that's another veteran actor I do enjoy, and I will miss. Yeah, he's basically that's a third actor from the Alien franchise has now passed away. Like I said, John Hurt, Bill Paxton now. Harry Dean Stanton. That's another good actor I do enjoy and I will miss. Harry Dean Stanton. Yeah, may he rest in peace. I know I'm saying rest in peace to all of them, but it's just to everybody, you know. It's just for respect. So, next going down. Well, I don't know much about it, but he's also a singer. This is one that my mother knew much from back in the day. David Cassidy, on November 21st, on the age of 67. Yeah, this is something that my mom knew about back in the day. David Cassidy. I think he was also he was in the Partridge Family. I don't know much about David Cassidy personally, but my mom, she was a fan of him back in the day, David Cassidy. So. But on November 25th, another veteran actor at the age of 89, Ron Howard's father, director Ron Howard, his father, Rance Howard, which he had kind of like supporting roles in his son's films, Rance Howard, but that's another veteran actor who's been like for years, and it's probably sad that sad for his son Ron Howard. But he had like supporting roles in his son's films, and I don't think he had too many lead roles. I don't think. But you know, it's just familiar to see him because you know he was the father of director Ron Howard. So yeah, it's another one that another veteran actor who's now gone. Especially he was the son of director Ron Howard. as well as actor Clint Howard is his younger son. So yeah, Rance Howard. And just looking up that I was looking up on the site of Bloody Disgusting on Christmas Eve 2 days ago. Heather Menzies um died on Christmas Eve at the age of 68 from looking up I guess was a brain tumor. She didn't have that much didn't do much in films, but I mostly remember her from. Well, she said she was in the film The Sound of Music, but I mostly remember her from the original '78 film Piranha that Joe Dante directed. Yeah, she was the woman that went along with Bradford Dillman to stop the piranhas. You know when Kevin McCarthy was like, "Keep your hand out of the water," and there was Hannah Menzies like, "What's wrong with the water?" That's Heather Menzies. Yeah, yeah, she was the one that was traveling with Bradford Dillman to stop the horde of piranhas. That's the little actor that I know that just I was like, really her from Joe Dante's Piranha. Yeah. So that's another one. At the age of 60, I think it was from a brain tumor. I think it was, and that sucks. So as for the actor itself, I had to give one last I would say I mentioned it, but one last honorable mention who died earlier this month on December 10th, and that is that I've enjoyed for watching for years, Angry Grandpa. I said I was gonna mention him, and I am now. Like I said before, when my brother first introduced me to Angry Grandpa, like in the late 2012. Ever since then, I've like really like almost like continuously for 24/7. I watched Angry Grandpa like because I always wondered what next video was gonna come out. And he was hilarious to watch. I enjoyed him like when he was him freaking out, pricking stuff, and like I said, his farces, whatever. And he was even though he was like always angry, but he showed he was a good father with his son Michael. Even though they had disagreements and yelled at each other, though, but still he showed how he cared for Michael. And I did watch the video of him like it was Michael. It was called "Angry Boyfriend Ruins Christmas," where he just he got his gift his father's wallet, and I guess Jennifer said something about him. And he was like, even though he was dying, and he was excited for Christmas. Then Michael freaked out and wrecked the Christmas tree. I did see that though, and just he was so overwhelmed with emotion about his father. He still guess he couldn't, still he can't keep with the death of his father still, and I still feel bad about it. I think to take it out on the Christmas tree, just. But it's still sad though. It's been over 2 weeks since he passed away. I just can't believe that after all these years of watching him, just like how now he's gone. But still, to me, remember, I'll still continue watching his videos and watching Michael's vlogs, and like I said, my sincere condolences to Michael and his family. I love as well as the millions of his and Grandpa's youngins who enjoyed watching his videos, being supportive and. Like I said before, if it wasn't for YouTube changed in Grandpa's life. If it wasn't for that, we wouldn't know where he would been. Like you mentioned, if it wasn't for YouTube changed his life. Everyone's being supportive, and ever since he beat the cancer and he got diagnosed with cirrhosis. And Grandpa, he was a fighter. He just fought all the like you wouldn't believe. Like he enjoyed telling his stories from the past and cooking with Angry Grandpa and the pranks between him and Michael, and him coming to him breaking stuff, just him freaking out for no reason. I'll always miss Angry Grandpa. I'll always continue watching his videos, and just seeing this. It's been hard rough. I didn't do much of the videos because ever since Angry Grandpa passed away, Well, you can check out on my previous videos about it, ever since Rip Angry Grandpa up until like the stuff to his funeral, and that's definitely one of the biggest ones biggest loss for me this year. Next to like with Bill Paxton, Powers Booth, and especially Bill Paxton, just George Romero and Tobe Hooper. And Grandpa, he's definitely one of the biggest ones I've lost this year. Well, everybody was definitely was shocked at how Grandpa that died this year. So, like I said, I give my sincere condolences to Michael, and just keep on right on going, and we're that all of Amy Grandpa's youngins, including myself, are supportive for Michael and for his family. So, just watching literally for 24/7 for the past five. It's been 5 years since my brother first introduced me to Amy Grandpa. So I've seen every single of his every single video that he's made from back in the day, from living in Trailwood, and I always missed his life, him telling stories and cooking and the pranks, and especially he had the sinister laugh, like you know. And I also do my some of the final videos to do on him. I still have to work on that though. But I said I would though. So like the final tributes to your grandpa. So yeah, that's definitely I had to bring him in because he was just one that I just loved and enjoyed watching. Definitely one of my favorite things watching on YouTube. It's basically I didn't watch that much YouTube except for like movie trailers and stuff until I watched Your Grandpa, and I started watching all kinds of stuff on YouTube after him. So, but Your Grandpa may rest in peace, as well as all the actors that I mentioned, all of them. You all rest in peace as well. This was besides the movies that sucked the bad summer this year, and just even though there's some films I enjoy though, but we lost too many good people this year, even especially even in personal life, stuff that some of my mother's friends they've lost people as well this year. Just this year has just been real bad. We just lost too many good people this year. But yeah, and Grandpa, you'll be sorely missed, and as well as to everyone that I mentioned. But anyway, yeah, this is my memorial of this year as well. But thanks for watching, and stay tuned on getting to all of the final last things to do is my best and the worst of films of this year. And we'll see you later.